Desh, Ratan, Nigam, the sense that I'm getting is that the charge being made by critics is that this was all event management choreographed. Right down to the point of the Prime Minister coming into the dressing room to console the players, it was all event managed and choreographed. And that's not the way the sport should be. The sport, the players should be allowed to express themselves free of any hyper-nationalism or trying to suggest that there's an inevitability of India winning at all costs the match. Do you believe that the government is playing too much of a role in a sport like cricket because they want to take the glamour and the appeal of cricket on their side?
Well, Rajdeep, let me tell you, if it was choreographed, then probably the government of India knew that India is going to reach final and therefore they fixed Ahmedabad as the center. I mean, how preposterous this is. And the Prime Minister's protocol is decided much before whether India reaches the final or does not reach the final. And then the invitation to the Prime Minister of Australia or their requisite person is also done very well in advance. To stretch it in such kind of wildest imagination, I think it is preposterous. That means India, everything was choreographed. India's reaching the final was choreographed. India's that in advance deciding Ahmedabad over Kolkata or Mumbai was decided in advance. See, 2 semi-finals went to Mumbai and Kolkata. And the largest stadium got the final. Let us keep it at that, as simple. Now, so far as the politicians, interfering in BCCI affairs, there was a proposal in 2011 by Ajay Makan, the then sports minister, to register BCCI as, it was an offer to register BCCI as a national sports federation. BCCI rejected it. He says, we don't want anything from the government. We don't want any grants from the government. Therefore, we will not be under any kind of control of the government. Therefore, government interference cannot take place in this particular body as compared to other national federations where they get grants and assistance from the government. So this is an absolutely different body and government cannot interfere.
Desh, I take your point, but Desh, Ratan, Nigam, the truth is most of the office bearers of the BCCI at the higher level, most of them, not all, most of them have some links or the other to the BJP or the BJP leadership. So in that sense, and I'm not saying that it hasn't been done by previous governments before, the truth of the matter is the BJP is trying to take over the BCCI. Why not accept that?
See, the fact is, nobody can deny that there is a link between politics and sports all over the world, including India. And therefore, what happens is that there are free and fair elections. If politicians stand and win those elections, then can you stop it? There are no rules or regulations within the BCI or otherwise to stop them from contesting any elections. Otherwise, it will be discriminatory in terms of Indian constitution. Please remember that.
I want to give Pradeep a final word as a journalist who's covered sport for several years. Pradeep, what's the big lesson, the big takeaway then? Is the big takeaway that politicians should simply keep out of the direct functioning of the cricket? They can do their administration, but not get involved. The dressing room in particular must be sacred above all else. Let the players play, and they did spectacularly well during the World Cup. Don't try to latch on to their glamour and appeal.
You're right, Rajdeep. Politicians will get into the board or any other sports federation. You can't stop them. You constitutionally or by law, you just can't prevent them from getting there. If they get votes, as Ratan Nigam is saying, if they are elected, they'll be there. But the point is that you do not interfere, as you are saying, with the cricketing matters. I mean, I would have loved to see Mr. Modi is the Prime Minister of the country, has every right to meet the players, has every right to encourage them. But I personally would have loved to see somebody like Kapil Dev going into the dressing room at that moment of time, and because he understands, he knows what it means to win and what it means to lose. I mean, to politicize it to the extent that cricket lines get blurred between politics and cricket, it's sad. I think a call should be taken by the politicians themselves that leave sports alone. Yes, reward them when they win, meet them when they win, felicitate them when they win, encourage them if they lose, but don't interfere. Don't make it as if it's about yourself and not about the sport.